The key to comprehending the vastness of this thing that we live in, especially the vastness of the world of pen and paper, no matter what format of law, whether it be private law, administrative law, public law, international law, customary laws, no matter which vehicle, trust, contract, jurisprudence, property law, liability insurance law, agency law, competition law, judgment law, so and so. The key to comprehending the vastness, especially in 21st century, lies in simplicity because it works with correspondence, one of nature's law. If you always work with nature's law, you will always find your way. When you always work with nature's law, you will always find your way. So when you have all these vast complexities, the world of black and white, for instance, the key to comprehending it is simplicity. I'll show you an example. Case 23-1534. The United States District Court for the Western District of Wisconsin. It's a civil case. Now, this is not a Supreme Court case, but this particular civil case is dealing with a doctrine that is universal in general, and then we'll transition to other things. The reason why I'm using this case that's not a Supreme Court case to start off with this doctrine called the Unconstitutional Conditions Doctrine is because this case basically compacts and summarizes what it's about without limiting it to just its district, aka its venue and jurisdiction. Subject matter is Unconstitutional Condition Doctrine. So let's look at a summary of it compiled in simplicity within the judgment. As plaintiff notes, the Unconstitutional Conditions Doctrine prevents the government, this is what it does, prevents the government from awarding or withholding. Usually, this withholding portion is what the general public suffers from. This awarding portion can be viewed as bias, just giving someone more than it's given to the other. This withholding part, most people face more often than not. Because at the end of the day, when you really look at the hearts of the everyday man, either the man earning 40K a year to the man earning about 300K a year, that's the category of what I see as a frame of reference when I use the term everyday man and everyday woman. If you're earning a little bit above that, meaning you're better in the poverty line, you probably live a separate life so different that these things you don't even interface with it. So as far as the everyday man and woman's heart is concerned, the key for them is to just be left alone. That's really it when you look at the core of the reason why either people go gung-ho or people are doing things properly, or the reason why some people are seeking an answer one way or the other. They just want to be left alone. So we're going to zoom in particularly this other portion that Unconstitutional Condition Doctrines deals with, which is the withholding of something rather than the awarding of it. The Constitutional Conditions Doctrine prevents the government from awarding or withholding. Withholding what? A public benefit. Now, we all know that public benefits comes with a scrutiny of falling under someone's jurisdiction. But believe it or not, the majority of what most people benefit from today are considered public benefits ran by private entities. Do you have electricity in your house? Yep, it's considered a public benefit because that's public utilities. Whether or not taking what is yours and then revamping it and giving it back to you at a cost is bad or good, that's not what we're here to speak of. Although that's a good subject matter, but that's not what we're here to speak of. But public benefits that I'm speaking of here is not that you're going to look for some type of food assistance benefit. I'm speaking about what applies generally to everyone, whether they realize it or not. One is electricity, another is water, another is gas, because all that are tied to the public trust doctrine, whereby entities are put in charge of natural resources for the benefit of the people, aka a public benefit. Another part of this public benefit is based on your right to travel, that I don't think many people listening to these videos are a stranger to. Right to travel. Why? Because, well, the streets are public. But then the game was flipped by virtue of trust and contract issues, where people are compelled to register their vehicle in a very fixed manner using certain types of entities, which pulls them into the scrutiny of whatever private and administrative law is being enforced against them. Because where a contract exists, it can be easily assumed that it is constitutional if you consented to it one way or another. And if you don't consent to it with full knowledge, but you nonetheless participate and benefit from it, it is deemed as though, since you benefit from it, the liability on the hand of the ones who are screwing you over are less. Public utility, gas, electricity, travel on a public road, public benefit. You are the beneficiary. These are the small things that matters. And these are the small things I mean when I say the simplicity is what you use to comprehend and really, in truth, overpower the complexity. One of them is called the unconstitutional condition doctrine. When people say they have the right to travel and the right to travel is being violated, the medium as to what people would assert, belief or not, one of it is unconstitutional conditions doctrine. And the reason why public benefit is involved is also that those roads people are traveling on, the reason why the tortfeasors, through quasi-governmental entities, are able to say you should put a license on it before you use it is because the complete 28-minute videos on the Patreon page. Take care. Best of luck.